here to TalkFCB and welcome to the 2022 World Cup. And this right here, it's a colossal clash. We have Poland coming up against Argentina. This is winner takes all in Group C. And it's Robert Lewandowski up against Lionel Messi. And what more could you want in a World Cup? The biggest names, the biggest stars, with everything on the line. And in today's video, we are going to be talking all about the game to come and exactly what the situation is in Group C, where all four teams remain in contention. Can Argentina find their true selves? Can they perform as they want to? Or will Robert Lewandowski's Poland cause an upset and deliver on the biggest stage of all? It's coming your way. It's coming right up. So come on and let's do it. Because ahead of the big match and on the big occasion, today's video is coming to you courtesy of MANSCAPED, where it is not too late, guys, to get yourself the perfect Christmas gift this holiday season, because MANSCAPED has you covered there with a whole range of men's grooming products of the highest order, whether it is the lawnmower 4.0, the weed whacker, or even get yourself some cologne. I've tried it out this week. It is absolutely fantastic. There's everything you will need there. And whether you're buying for your dad, your brother, your uncle, your cousin, your best friend, get something this Christmas that they're actually going to use. Get something this Christmas that's not just going to be thrown to the back of the wardrobe. They will genuinely appreciate this. They will genuinely use and get value out of it. And the timing right now could not be more perfect, with Manscaped having a huge sale over on their website. And all you've got to do is follow the link in the description in this video. That will take you straight there and automatically apply your discounts. And everybody wins there, because you can get a great gift, you can get a great discount, you can keep the family happy. That's priceless. And in addition there, Manscaped can help me keep the videos coming your way. It truly is good stuff. Because speaking indeed of good stuff, Wednesday night we'll see Poland take on Argentina, 10 p.m. local time, under the lights in Qatar, and that'll be coming there live from Stadium 974. And in Group C, guys, it all comes down to this, because let's now start with the permutations, because like I say, all four of the teams, they have a chance. Every single one of them still hold an opportunity to progress to the knockout stages. Poland, of course, right now are sitting pretty on top. They have 4 points to their name. Argentina are in second right now on 3 points, but level there with Saudi Arabia and even Mexico, who are right now bottom of the group. They still hold an opportunity, if results go their way, to make it through to the round of 16. Because for Poland, it is relatively simple. With a win, they would top Group C, and they would indeed progress then to the knockout stages. Even with a draw, they would also go through. But if they were to lose against Argentina, they would then face the prospect of being knocked out, with both Saudi Arabia and Mexico having the chance to leapfrog them. When it comes to Argentina, they must win this game to be absolutely sure of progressing. And if they do beat Poland, they would finish top of the group, providing Saudi Arabia didn't overtake them on goal difference. And don't forget, guys, that might be very significant indeed. They're topping this group, because the runner-up will face the winner in Group D, which looks almost certainly to be France right now. And that is something that you'll want to bear in mind. But if Argentina were to draw against Poland, they're failing to win but getting a point, they would then be relying on Saudi Arabia versus Mexico, ending in a draw to allow them to progress. Because if Argentina were to draw against Poland and Saudi Arabia beat Mexico, Argentina would be out, which is why there's no room for error. Because if we do now move on to what we've seen from these two teams, and indeed how they've looked at the World Cup so far, what have we learned from their performances? Because for me, there's plenty to draw from in their opening two games. For Poland, I think their opener against Mexico was the kind of typical game you get in the first game at the World Cup sometimes. Both teams, I think, were quite cautious in the game. They didn't really want to give anything away. Lewandowski's penalty, saved by Ochoa, that was Poland's only shot on target. And in in the end, I think both teams thought, you know what, we'll take a point. And you don't really find out then until later on whether that's going to be a valuable point gain, which it could be for Poland, or a costly 2 points drop, which it may prove to be for Mexico. And then there was Argentina coming up against Saudi Arabia, and there is no other word to describe it than nightmare. And that's what it was, because it seemed unthinkable that Argentina could lose that game given the run they were on, dubbed as one of the favourites for this tournament, and so much was expected of them, but they lost. And as much as it was, guys, and it truly was an enormous shock, I think Saudi Arabia were incredible, not only the energy they showed, but the belief as well to come from behind. But I actually think here, when you're looking at the stats especially, Argentina could have and should have scored more goals. And you combine that there with the fact that Saudi Arabia were incredibly clinical. You look at both of their goals there, 2 shots on target, 2 goals for them, outstanding finishes that they were. And I think in the end, Argentina, they can't get too bogged down by that game. You've got to move on. You've got to write it off as just one of those games and now start to forget about that one. Because if you look at Poland's last game there, coming indeed against Saudi Arabia, we saw the same spirit from Saudi Arabia. They caused Poland a lot of problems in this game, again with a really good performance. They had more of the ball, more shots on goal, and they caused more danger. But the only difference was, in that game, they didn't finish their chances. They came up against a truly inspired Szczęsny in goal. He's going to need to perform in the same manner, you feel, against Argentina to keep them out. And Poland, led by Lewandowski, they were ruthless in front of goal. And I do just wonder here, having now finally got that World Cup goal to his name, Lewandowski spoke after the game about the big weight that he felt there, lifting off his shoulders, and how long he'd been waiting for that moment. And I just feel like now he's got it. Will he play with more freedom? Will he actually feel a little bit more calm in front of goal? Because actually this tournament, I think Lewandowski could easily be on more than 1 goal already. And then it was Argentina against Mexico. And I think in that game, you could feel the nerves. You could feel the tension inside of the stadium. You could feel the weight on these players. And not only feel it, but we saw it in the performance from Argentina. It was not good enough again, especially in the first half. They were almost scared to take ownership of the game there, to actually take a risk in their play. And once again, it took something special from Messi to drag Argentina out of the big hole that they looked set to fall into. And he dragged them over the line. And I thought Messi gave a really good insight there into the performance from Argentina, and especially mentally, what that victory might have given them. Because he said the first half was difficult due to the situation and our need to win. We couldn't find any spaces. We were not moving the ball well, but he said that was normal given the situation and everything that was at stake. But he said in the second half, we played more of our game. We showed what we stand for with possession, space between the lines, moving the ball closer to the box, and then the goal changed the game. He said we needed to win to bring peace of mind, to take the weight off our shoulders and to start again, to do again what we stand for. And now Messi says we can approach the Poland game in a different way. And I think that is so important there, that every Argentina player feel what Messi said there about that weight being lifted, about now thinking, okay, we've done our job. We've won against Mexico. We've kept our hopes alive. And now reset. It is time for Argentina to properly show themselves. It is time for Argentina to actually play the football, and with the freedom that we've seen from them over the past few years, it's all in their own hands. Their time is now. But can they deliver? Because naturally, when you are thinking about this matchup, the 2 names that come immediately into your mind, they're Robert Lewandowski. They are Lionel Messi. And I do have to say here, I feel like there's different expectations on them at international level. Obviously with Messi, much is expected of Argentina. Lewandowski, of course, is going to try and get Poland out of this group. But I would say it's a similar sort of pressure on them to lead their teams, to deliver when they need them most. And quite often, when maybe nobody around them elsewhere is going to do it, it's over to them. The hope of a nation rests on their shoulders. And of course, throughout this tournament, both of them have appeared at key times and in key moments. And right throughout the season, of course, even at club level here, the goals have been raining down on Lewandowski in Barça colours. And for PSG there, Messi has been sensational, not only in goal scoring, but also in creating as well. 2 special seasons they're having so far. And you do feel as as though at least one of them, maybe even both of them, will end up on the score sheet on Wednesday. And it could be a special meeting, because when you are looking at the way the two teams might line up coming into this one, starting here with Poland, because against Mexico, they started there with a back five, they packed the midfield, and it did look as though it was quite a conservative setup there from Poland. They had Lewandowski up front basically on his own, Zielinski there just dropping in behind him, and he was very much Lewandowski, an isolated figure in that game. And I thought it was interesting then that against Saudi Arabia, Poland, they just went for it a bit more. You had Milik there alongside Lewandowski. You had Zielinski just dropping in behind them. And as a trio there, they looked much more dangerous. Lewandowski on the ball more often, able to make things happen. And I thought it was a much, much more dangerous looking Poland team. And the question would be now, looking at this game, are they going to stick with that approach? Are they here going to keep the pressure on Argentina? Because I think those players there, they could cause them problems. Lewandowski, Milik, Zielinski, they could come up against the Argentina defence and cause problems, but are Poland going to drop back? Are they going to be more cautious? And are they going to revert to type in this game? That is the big question. Because when you're looking at Argentina against Saudi Arabia, for me it was a surprise from Scaloni that he went so offensive in that game. You know, only two midfielders there and adding Papu Gomez to their attack. And I think he wanted some sort of creativity, but it didn't really work out in that way. Argentina never had control of that game. They allowed it, of course, in that second half to get away from them. And then against Mexico, Scaloni did make a lot of changes, especially in defence there. Lisandro Martinez came into the team and I thought did very, very well. Still for me though, that midfield is a concern. I didn't think DePaul had a good game at all. McAllister was okay. Guido Rodriguez came off in that second half as well, and I just didn't feel as though there was enough cutting edge there. Messi far too often was having to drop deep, was having to retreat there into areas of the field that you don't want Messi in. You want Messi closer to the goal, where he picked up the ball to score his goal. You don't want him dropping there under the halfway line. That is the old Argentina, and something to stay far away from. Now in this game, we are hearing rumours there about Molina coming back into the team at right back for Montiel, and there are suggestions as well that Romero might come back into the defence, and potentially Lisandro Martinez might drop back out. Now, I think that one would be questionable for me. There's a lot of people saying, you know, Poland have got height in their attack, maybe protecting Argentina then against that aerial threat. But I think Lisandro was so good in the last game and has shown as well, even up against tall forwards, he can still defend well. So that for me would be questionable. And I think Argentina, whatever happens, they must find a way of getting Enzo Fernandez in that team for me. You've got to spark some life into that midfield. You have to have somebody there who's going to take a risk, who's going to make that forward run. Of course he scored his goal, but he also looked fearless in the way that he played, and that's what Argentina, I feel, need in their midfield right now. So I really do hope that he's done enough to earn a starting role, because I think when all's said and done, the one thing that you can guarantee in this game is that if Argentina are going to win it, if they are going to go through and win this group indeed, what they're going to have to do is earn it. Poland are not going to give them anything. Poland are going to come here and they are going to fight, because they're in a really strong position, I've got to say. And Argentina will need to do more than they did against Saudi Arabia, more than they did against Mexico. And can they find that level in this game? When you're looking here at the predictions in my community section, obviously very Argentina orientated, plenty of admiration and love, of course, for Lionel Messi. No matter what happens and where he may be, we will always be looking out for him. His biggest dream, of course, the World Cup, and he's going to fight for that until the very end. But I do just want to say as well, guys, what I have seen from many of your comments, reading through all the stuff before this game happens, there's also so much respect for Robert Lewandowski. We will be hoping as well that he can have a good game, and that indeed there is a situation whereby both of these teams could go through, where it could work out for both of them in the end. So let's hope here that it's an exciting game, that these two teams show the world what they are made of. And I would not rule out Messi producing something special again, as he did against Mexico. Please, guys, do leave all of your predictions in the comments down below. What are you expecting from this one? What are you hoping will happen in Group C? Let me know that down below. And like I said before, please do check out everything that MANSCAPED has to offer. They've got a great sale over on the site right now, and I'm absolutely sure that you will enjoy yourself. TalkFCB is the discount code, and this has been Poland versus Argentina at the World Cup Enjoy the game, guys, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you, as always, for your support. But until next time, as always, it's the World Cup!